All right, here we go. Welcome to the first episode of From Dirt We Grow, where deep conversations meet actionable insights. I am your host, Stephanie Kendall. Thank you for being here with me at the beginning of what will hopefully be the end of our demise as a functioning nation. If you're listening for the first time, feel free to check out the previously posted intro episode to get valuable insight regarding content and direction of the show. And more on that, let me explain what you can expect for the first few episodes. I plan to lay a good foundation of hard truths, exposing them clearly, free from the usual smoke and mirrors. And by bringing these realities to light, I hope to raise awareness and inspire unity, bringing more of us together around our shared goal of demanding and deserving better. Because no matter where you stand, whatever party you affiliate or don't affiliate with, we all deserve better. And it can't be said enough that despite our differences, there can be coexistence. No mudslinging here, making opponents look bad to make yourself look better. It doesn't make a good debate, it makes a bully. That being said, my point is that all are welcome here. I love a good debate, and I welcome your comments and opinions. As promised in this first episode, I will be breaking down the main derailments of our political system, which, by the way, is designed to keep us divided, distracted, and stuck. First, I'd just like to point out that I did not prepare this show as a result of our newest president and his uncanny knack for creating division and opposition so inherently. I have been working on this for a few months before I published last week. However, I must say my timing is impeccable. So I'm about to hit you with a lot of facts that I know won't exactly be new information to a lot of us. But as I said, I'm laying the groundwork, so please stick with me. People, we have been duped by the very officials entrusted to serve and represent us for far too long. We've been lulled into complacency by their rhetoric while they quietly advance agendas and serve only the powerful and privileged. We have allowed ourselves, let me say that again to make sure you heard the phrasing. We have allowed ourselves to become blinded by their skillful orchestration of the deeply ingrained biases they perpetuate, ensuring that our attention is diverted from the systemic failures and moral bankruptcy of our leadership. A democratic government exists to represent the will of the people, champion their rights, and foster a system of equality and opportunity. However, in today's political system here in the United States, where power and wealth are disproportionately concentrated, there is an absurd deviation from those ideals. Greed and corruption among politicians have not only eroded the trust of the public, but have entrenched in inequality. This betrayal of the people is compounded by a deliberate strategy to sow division, keeping society distracted from the systemic failures and moral decay of those in power. This illusion of representation has become their art form. At the core of any democracy is the principle of representation, yet this concept has been hollowed out by the influence of money in politics. Campaign financing, lobbying, backdoor deals, these things prioritize the interests of the wealthy elite over the needs of ordinary citizens. Politicians, often beholden to corporate donors and special interest groups, legislating ways that protect the rich, ensuring that wealth remains concentrated in the hands of the wealthy. This perpetuates that vicious cycle where the rich get richer and the poor remain poor, marginalized, and denied access to the very opportunities that could uplift them. Public policy that could address systemic poverty, such as affordable health care, education reform, living wages, and so on, is almost always obstructed or diluted, promised, never delivered. Instead, resources are diverted towards tax cuts for the wealthy, subsidies for corporations, so on. Meanwhile, the working class is burdened with rising cost of living, raised taxes to offset budget cuts, and stagnant wages, further exacerbating the wealth gap. Okay, people, right here and now, if nothing else you've heard resonates with you, please let this be the point that sticks. The reason we are struggling is not each other. We're in this sinking ship together. Oh no, it's the greedy, power drunk con man behind us with his wing wang in one hand and the nuclear launch codes in the other. These distractions serve a dual purpose, keeping citizens too divided to challenge the status quo and to shield those in power from accountability. So, what are the consequences of this corruption and division? Well, they're pretty freaking clear. A crumbling infrastructure, underfunded public services, a growing sense of disillusionment among citizens, and the breakdown of society. The middle class shrinks, the working class struggles even more, and the marginalized are further pushed to the fringes. We are drowning, and the only ones that can save us now or will save us now is us. When citizens view one another as adversaries rather than allies, we lose the collective strength necessary to demand accountability and reform, which is why it is so imperative that we call off this war with each other. We rise as one and turn our battle cries on the leaders that are consistently failing us. Now, again, I had this episode written up before the inauguration of Trump. However, he has done nothing but prove my point. Every move he has made since taking office has been for the benefit of his own true agenda, complete domination, taking the steps to ensure he stays in power long enough to annihilate democracy. It is now the rich versus the rest of us. The power of the people lies in our ability to organize, demand accountability, and hold politicians to their mandate of representing the good of the people. It's going to be a long road. It's not going to be easy. But remember, anything worth attaining is worth the effort. And guess what? We're worth it. I strongly encourage the use of the comment section. I need to hear from you thoughts, opinions, ideas, suggestions, grievances, how your day was. I don't care. All of it's welcome because we're in this together. And I now believe our window of opportunity has reduced drastically. The time is now. So share this like your life depends on it. Also, if you're interested in signing a petition against Trump's egregious policies, it is in the episode description. I'll be right here next Tuesday when we'll turn the tables a bit. Be sure not to miss it. This is From Dirt We Grow. Thank you for tuning in.